who had a huge lead going into that final day of the FNCS trios on the EU side. They were unable to catch up to them. They had like about 3 games to just get close the gap by 5 points, and they just fell short. But this team right now is falling short. They're 26th place right now. So much, they got a lot of work to do to get into that top 10 of Zappy, and Plutric. They're having just one of those days where things are just not working out, and we always talked about here in the EU side of things that it's anybody's day. But hey, they're right to start right here, but Plutric gets a big shot in the back, and you're seeing the complexity of fighting in these warehouses, and just like that, out he goes. But hey, able to survive. His teammate was right there to help out. And we're just taking a look at this team is currently sitting with 33 points there. They definitely need a high finish, just like we're watching a Plutric and Zappy. They're in the same boat, the same situation. And I'm just surprised that, you know, Skite and Falconly haven't been able to make some noise today here, Shyo.
Oh,
and we saw Miro with the flopper play, but hey, flops are not going to be able to help you to survive this storm that is Tayson Savage and eye drop. And maybe they took it personally to see someone eat so many fish for a victory royale, but down goes Savage actually, and down goes eye drop. The reverse card is real. Swag and Snap able to survive a crazy push, and they get rewarded. Look at the power weapons they get off of that win, and look at it. More trios are coming in to sniff around, and that is Jasper and Luna coming out from that little
room they have to kind of take over the top 10. Obviously, you know, the next highest rank will be the best people to watch next game. Peacock, Alpha, and Blaster always kind of, you know, going up against Savage. Don't have to actually take that fight this time in the mid game. 52 points, Sancho. They're only about 12 behind from the top 10.
And there's not a lot of weeks to kind of get into a top 10 situation. So that's why you got to be careful. That strategy of procrastinating your way in is a dangerous strat. And yeah, you might actually get booted down into that reboot round. That's going to be very chaotic and very crazy, where only the victory royale gets in. That's what's on the line going forward. And that's what we have in store for you, for all the people at home or wherever you're watching. Thank you for tuning in as that sniper. Hey, he started ramping up, right? He gets an elim. This might be already
25-4.
Lock it in. Lock it in, child.
That's what we like to see right now, though. Ooh, a crucial elimination for Slove, Mirza, and Sick. These guys now break the tiebreaker. 66 points overall. Still in 10th place.
It feels so interesting to see an actual threshold in a set lobby. We already watch leaderboards and all the third parties. As you see, Snazzy actually getting a big hit on Mr. Savage right there. But the whole point I want to say is, like, it's like a living threshold that we're watching develop right in front of our eyes. That top 10 threshold as Sniper. Dude, okay. He's there. He has 7 elims. Okay, Shyo. You may. Yeah, I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did.
25 and a win, and they can call. It will be the story that I think would be the coolest possible, but at the same time, I'll say for the 3rd time, time slot shifts over, and we're into that end-ish game atmosphere. Jaspe as well, Sancho, is on the edge.
It feels so interesting to see an actual threshold in a set lobby. We already watch leaderboards and all the third parties. As you see, Snazzy actually getting a big hit on Mr. Savage right there. But the whole point I want to say is, like, it's like a living threshold that we're watching develop right in front of our eyes. That top 10 threshold as Sniper. Dude, okay. He's there. He has 7 elims. Okay, Shyo. You may. Yeah, I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did.
25 and a win, and they can call. It will be the story that I think would be the coolest possible, but at the same time, I'll say for the 3rd time,
and finding himself a newly formed trio. I feel like Hen was one of those guys that jumped between different duos. He was kind of like a filler, and it looks like he may have found that home and a very solid trio going forward. But the action is still building up, because this is the final round here as we see this trio of Great Demon Shakos trying to get the harpoon. But the lobby says not so fast, and the max pool is going to be dangerous for this entire side. And that means Nico's, Blasters, and Alpha's trio are going to be very dangerous for being lobby focused, but maybe Sen may save them right now, Shyo.
Absolutely. The big thing as well to note is that although all these guys might have their invites overall towards the next stage of the competition, everyone else right now who's below kind of 90 points is in trouble. They might not have a guaranteed slot held for them on the next stage of competition. It'll be very difficult. Even the top tier right now is getting pressured, Sancho. It'll be crazy to see who is ending up in the best spots for this end game. Right now, there's also just 2 trios kind of inside that safe circle as well. So we'll see how they move overall.
Yeah, and this is huge for Pablo's trio right now. They're on the outside. They were tied for that 10th place. They went into this match with 64 points. They're only getting 2 points, and they're going to run right into first place. So this is going to be a dangerous situation for this trio, who are fighting for all they can to get into that top 10 already. Giannis's trio is already locked in. They are first place. But look at Pablo on the bottom of your screen making this sand rotation. You just see Downs right there run into that water. And when you run into that water, you get knocked out of the animation. And Downs and ETQ and Pablo are fighting for their top 10 lives for a moment, because already there's so many trios that are right behind them. So Pablo, hold on, brother, as much as possible, because it's going to come down to this right here, right now, to survive that rotation. It looks like they did, Shyo.
Absolutely, they did, but just by the skin of their teeth. Once again, these guys are the ones who were on that tiebreaker slot. Queasy, though, rolling in with Rax, so they're also looking in a little bit of trouble. Top 7 right now, 89 points, up against 67 for Pablo Wingu, and now they've collided. Nothing's guaranteed for either trio so far.
I was going to say, Shyo, they actually have front of zone right here, right now. So this is a good opportunity for them. And they vested a little bit on this rotation. The sand tunneling did actually help preserve Matt. So if they want to, they could play for height. But at the same time, if you're going to play for height, you know you're going to be contested. And at this moment, if I were them, I'm not sure if you want to run that risk, because it's placements that's going to get you in the top 10. As you already see a team right over them, they could kind of slow them down, as now the zone 6 is moving. So here we go.
We're looking at a top 10 right on the bubble perspective. From Pablo, ETQ, and Downs. On height is Frey, who's 60 points away from being, or almost 50, from trying to qualify as well on maximum ultimate height. On the right, though, you see some of your top teams who will be punishing the rest of the players in the lobby. Snazy taking some action right back at him. Janice, though, looking so well on this rotation with Hen and Chapix. That player's name is Uguay74. We're looking at the rest of the zone, though, on the left side of your screen. Let's focus on the developments right now. Vidil, Reason, have height. The trio that were nowhere near being close to qualification, who just had 40 points, now have a chance to be in the top 10. Mariah right below as well is not in the threshold. Bad Sniper is way far away from the threshold. Every name you're seeing on the left side is not guaranteed, besides just a few select players. And they're all trying right now to survive the absolute onslaught in mid-ground. The top team's taken out, though. Frozen at 181 points. But they had such a good showing today. The question is, who are the other teams who are going to be inside the top 10?
And now, Hen, this is just for kind of making a statement here. Hen now is going to go solo, but we're all going to keep an eyes on the leaderboard as much as possible. Keep an eye as ETQ does pick up an Elim in the feed. Noah and Reason and Vidil, they could make this crazy push, but because of these catacombs, they're not finding any of the same kind of beams that we saw other teams on height, like Hen was, racking in so many Elims. I'm looking around as much as possible to see ETQ and Pablo is down to still up. They're still looking good. They're on the outside, making a little outer rotation here to the front side of the zone. They're staying away from the center. That right side hold may be enough to get them as much as possible, but they have to watch out as Bad Sniper is in the focus of the beams as Whiteside picks up Miro. No O'Reilly, Vidil, they could do this, but they need to get Elims to match their placement that they will get.
They need to speed up fast right now. 56, I don't feel like it's enough. They're about 15 to 20 points behind. Unless they win this game, that might be the qualification for him. Wisep, though, already qualified 146 points. It really elevated him, and Kaizen are trying for a little mini victory lap, but the tires actually go flat on the track there for them. They're going to go down shortly. No O'Reilly, Reason, and Vidil are still alive and online up in height. Kaizen is looking for the clutch. 5 Elims so far. He's pushing the rest of the top 10 down. They need to take him out. He's now frozen at 147. Okay, let's see. No O'Reilly and Reason still on height. Vidil goes down for a few mats, reconnects, splits up as well. So these guys have extra resources to play their games. Wood builds down below Sancho. This is very good for beams. There they are. No O'Reilly tapping heads like it's his day job, and it's time to get paid in points, hopefully. There we go. 68 points for No O'Reilly. The Harpoon getting a few more mats. That Sniper's still alive, trying to make the dream happen. And Frey's there too. Every team we're watching right now is trying to qual. None of them have a guarantee in the top spot. The results will be from their actions in this last zone, SanchoWest.
Absolutely, and Noah, Vidil, and Reason could punch their way in right here, right now, as they have another trio down below. And the big beams, the big hits, the big shots. Vidil, Reason backing up with the beams, and Noah O'Reilly is now going in right into the mess as much as possible. They have 70 points right now. Down goes Raze, who was in the 60s. Bad Sniper goes down. Noah O'Reilly and Vidil, Reason are coming from the back of the pack to get themselves into that top 10 seed as much as possible. Now it's all about textbook, as Noah O'Reilly going in with that attack, getting some big hits. And Lex said, yes, Vidil, Reason, and Noah O'Reilly get the victory royale. And wow,
Andalek, Snazy, and Exqueeze right below them, right? This is the trio that they took from. You know, Janice was playing with Andalex and Exqueeze before. He's now left and are right behind them there. A couple points behind, but still just right behind them, his former trio, putting in some good work as well.